Still jealous of your narcissistic ex-girlfriend? Here are 7 helpful tips to stop. Seeing an ex with someone new is never easy, but things can get a little out of hand when the ex in question is a selfish woman who has coaxed you into thinking you will never find anyone better. Moving on can be more challenging than you would imagine in such scenarios. You may even find yourself contemplating things to a harmful degree. Today, we are looking at 7 helpful tips to stop being jealous of your narcissistic partner. If you need help realizing that it is okay to move on, this video can help. But before we get started, please take a quick second and support our content by liking, subscribing, and turning the notification bell on. This helps us create more videos like this for your entertainment. Let's get started. Number 1. Try to understand that you are not the problem. Narcissistic people often tend to lather, rinse, repeat. So no matter who your narcissistic ex goes after, her behavior will not change. Of course, after being conditioned to belittle yourself for so long, it is more than natural to think that you were the one who ruined things in the relationship. As a result of your previous conditioning, you could even go down a darker train of thought and convince yourself that you are worthless and that your ex will treat the next man better. But here's the thing. Everything your narcissistic ex-girlfriend told you was deliberately crafted to push you down a specific path. She needed you to believe the image she painted in your mind so that you would behave as she saw fit. Therefore, you must understand one thing first and foremost. The root cause of every problem you face in your relationship was your narcissistic partner. Once you get comfortable with the idea and shed all the blame you carried throughout the relationship, working on the other tips we are about to list will be easier. Number 2. Learn to acknowledge your jealousy. The first step to recovery is to acknowledge the situation. When you admit you are jealous of your narcissistic ex-partner, you will focus on overcoming jealousy. This notion also applies to overcoming jealousy in a toxic and abusive relationship. You may be able to distract yourself throughout the day, but succumbing to the urge to check her socials when alone means you still feel jealous. Eventually, you might notice that your thoughts circle back to your ex-girlfriend and how you could have done things differently to keep the relationship. However, these are all signs of being lured back into a toxic cycle. To avoid returning to square one, you must recognize that being jealous of an ex-girlfriend is more than okay. Lingering emotions can be present in any type of relationship, abusive or not. But you can control the steps you will be taking toward recovery. Remember that your feelings are valid, and the bad ones won't last forever. Focus on self-improvement, and learn how to protect your peace. This way, the next step in recovering from narcissistic jealousy will be less challenging for you. Number 3. Do your best to stop obsessing over the past. While you may have fond memories with someone in the past, you need to understand that some things are susceptible to change. In the case of a narcissist, it's normal for people to grow and events to change. But with narcissists, behavioral differences are deeply rooted in insecurities and a need for control. During the first stages of your relationship with a narcissistic woman, you may find that she seems perfect and highly desirable. But it is essential to recognize that in the honeymoon phase of a relationship, the narcissist female will do everything in her power to create a sense of addiction. This addiction will make you want to keep her in your life. Once she is confident that there is a bond of addiction between you and her, the narcissist will start to show her true colors. You may notice that she has become more demanding or is comfortable threatening you directly or indirectly. And that is who the female narcissist truly is. Nothing you could have done or said differently in the past can change a narcissist's chaotic and toxic behaviors. In short, you should not be thinking about how things could have been different because that is a more utopian thought than anything else. Just as you cannot expect birds to turn into fish, you cannot expect the narcissist to shed mental disorder and suddenly better accommodate your needs. And in most cases, this is less than likely. Narcissistic women must acknowledge their situation on their own accord and choose a path to healing. So the sooner you stop obsessing over the past and realize that the future holds more, the better. Obsessiveness will only keep you in the toxic jealousy loop you are trying to escape. Number 4. Do not try to rationalize what happened in your relationship. When a relationship ends, it is often our go-to tactic to rationalize what happened. Rationalizing can be a source of comfort when you are coming out of a mutual breakup or a previously healthy relationship. However, all bets are off when you have just come out of a narcissistic relationship. What might happen next is unpredictable, depending on how much of a narcissist your ex-partner was. They might try to reach out to you and have you take them back, or worse, they can continue to gaslight and abuse you long after the relationship ends. No matter which scenario comes to pass, trying to rationalize their behavior or the previous events in the relationship will not get you far. So the best action is to avoid rationalizing whatever you are dealing with. Rationalizing can often look like siding with the narcissist and thinking they are right. Whether you do it through reminiscing about the good times and thinking they were not that bad, or hating on yourself and thinking that they were right all along, there is one truth. This behavior will allow the narcissist, or at least her abusive behavior, to stay present in your life. Allowing such a thing to happen will then turn you into an enabler, which is a narcissist's ultimate goal, regardless of gender. So it is entirely up to you not to play into their hands and take back your life, your power, and your reality. Number 5, learn how to keep busy. Looking at how things went down in retrospect, you might notice that the happier times of your relationship with a narcissistic woman were when you were occupied with things that kept you busy. Keeping busy is excellent for a lot of reasons. You can learn more about what you like and dislike while trying new activities and finding a better use of your time. Plus, when you focus your mental and physical energy on getting things done, you can do more things in less time. You might want to consider splitting up your day to tackle activities, like cleaning up your space or applying for a job you have always wanted. If your budget allows it, you could also try taking advantage of different courses or therapy options. Number 6, practice self-love. Practicing self-love is perhaps one of the most important things to do while trying to stop the jealousy of a narcissistic ex-partner. The sad truth about being involved with a narcissistic woman is that you will not receive the love you naturally deserve. Involvement with a selfish woman can, in the long run, decrease your happiness and self-love. When you are out of a narcissistic relationship, the best thing to do is to replace the void of a romantic partner with different self-love practices. Take this opportunity to learn more about your preferred love language and focus on your needs. When you regularly focus on what you crave, looking for such qualities in a future relationship will be easier. Number 7, from now on, do not look back. Grieving a relationship you truly wanted is normal, understandable, and okay. But once you are past the stage of obsessing over what happened and trying to rationalize it, you will feel more comfortable doing the things you love. After reaching the state of prioritizing yourself, the most critical step will be not to look back, no matter what your ex-girlfriend tries to say. Refusing to look back also involves not getting attached to people who behave similarly. As soon as you get the hang of these tips, you will be well on your way to finding someone who will know your worth. That marks the end of our video on tips for not getting jealous of your narcissistic partner. If you enjoyed watching this, please let us know by giving a thumbs up. Want to be the first to know when we have a new video? Then turn on the bell to be notified every time we upload one. We'll see you in our next video.